Welcome back guys to another video. So today I'll be reviewing the Beyblade BU-DX set. On the back of the box it says all the information and all the parts and where to apply the stickers. You can split the blade from Super HYPERION and King HELIOS in half to combine more combos. It also shows that BEYBLADE has a better burst stopper and the bearing driver is better. Here's all the Beyblade parts included in the set. HYPERION is a white spin DB core that has good burst resistance. Super MR is a dual spinning DB blade that has metal on one side and rubber on the other side. And it's good for attack on the metal side and spin stealing on the rubber side. You can split it in half to combine with HELIOS, so you can have metal on both sides or rubber on both sides. The 2 armor has 2 points on opposite sides that can increase attack power. Tapered is a round disc that's not good for attack Beyblades. It's also too light for any defense or stamina combos. Explosion is an attack driver that features a free spinning plate on the bottom. B-203 is a white spin attack core that has a pretty cool design. It has a burst stopper and the burst resistance is a little bit better than the previous BEYBLADEs. Evolution gear will make your Divine BEYBLADE weight more, and it will give it more attack power. Divine is good for attacks but it has too many gaps, so it's only useful if you have all the gears. And also it looks like it's less detailed than the other Divine we got. This is probably the most important part because in order to use evolution gear, you have to use H gear, which is this part. Nexus can only be good if it's used with gears, but if it isn't, then it's pretty mid. Bearing drift is a long, wide driver that has a spinning tip on the bottom. It's basically a better version of drift, and it has good stamina and defense and has good life after death. HELIOS is basically the left spin version of Super HYPERION, and it has about the same teeth. But I do like how the colors really pop out. Now this is King MR. One side has rubber and one side has metal. You can split it in half to combine with Super HYPERION. So you can get 2 sides of rubber and 2 sides of metal. The 10 armor is a pretty good armor, but there's also better armors than the 10 armor. The 10 armor is pretty detailed and is a pretty good armor in general. GIGA is a pretty good and heavy disc for stamina and defense combos. But there's also better discs like Illegal. Zl-10 is a balance driver that has good life after death, and on the bottom it has a free spinning disc. And the green tip is made out of rubber. The bottom disc also prevents the Beyblade from tilting, which is a good thing. It also has good burst resistance and endurance. And now I'm going to show you how you combine it with Super HYPERION. So you split it in half like this. Then it should look something like this. Now you get Super HYPERION and also split it in half like this. And it should also look something like this. So now we can combine the metal with Super HYPERION with King HELIOS, so you can get all metal Beyblade. And you can also combine it so you can get all rubber. Now this is what it should look like when King HELIOS and Super HYPERION is fully assembled. I'm kind of worried for Super HYPERION because tapered is a good disc for attack, and also it's way too low. And it will probably just scrape on the stadium. For me, I really like the designs of the Beyblades. Now I'm going to show you how you use evolution gear and H gear. First you put the core on the blade, Then you put the H gear on the core. Once you hear the click, you can put the evolution gear on the core. Just like this. Once you're done that, just lock the Beyblade in. And there you go, you finished. Now let's put all the parts together. When it's assembled, it should look like this. Now I'm going to show you how to put it in high mode. First, take out the parts, including the core and the gears. When you have the blade, put the H gear on top. After you're done that, it should look like this. Now we put the core on the bottom. And after you're done that, we put the evolution gear on the bottom as well. When you hear the click, you lock the Beyblade in and then you assemble the parts and then you're finished. After you're finished, it should look like this. Now let's see how Hyperion looks in high mode. Once you assemble it into high mode, it should look something like this. Now I'm gonna turn King Helios into high mode. This is what King Helios should look like when it's in high mode. As you can see, there's now a massive gap, so it's pretty good. Now here's the included launcher in this DX set. The blue and red color is a reference to King Helios and Super Hyperion. The gear unit is the better version of the original because it has more gears, therefore it makes the Beyblade spin faster. And it has the word power on it because it generates more power for the Beyblade. Now here's the bearing spin unit. It makes the Beyblade spin and it makes the Beyblade spin more smoothly. The bearing unit is a new thing since the other ones didn't have it. They also added more plastic, which is nice. Now we're gonna compare it to the other 4 custom Bay launchers. As you can see, they are aligned perfectly, and the new custom Bay launcher is longer by a lot. It's a good thing that it's longer because you can generate more speed if the string is longer. The first battle we're gonna do is Divine Belial vs Super Hyperion. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. And Super Hyperion is going very fast. Super Hyperion is landing some powerful attacks. And Divine Belial came back. And he loses. Super Hyperion wins 1 point. Second round. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. Super Hyperion is doing the same strategy as before. Super Hyperion is sliding around the stadium. It looks like the bearing driver is trying to keep up. But Super Hyperion still manages to take the dub. Now let's do Divine Belial vs King Helios. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. And King Helios has exploded. I'm in complete shock. This is like my 5th time trying this Beyblade and it's already broken. Pretty disappointed. It looks like Divine Belial somehow broke King Helios. But let's just continue the battle. And King Helios somehow wins without the layer. Let's see if some of the parts that was broken out of King Helios are in the stadium. I can hear something, but I don't know where it is. I think it's in the pocket. Yeah, I found it. Divine Belial somehow broke 2 parts from King Helios. As you can see on both sides, both of the parts have been broken. On this side, the blue part have been split in half. Actually, it's a white part that's split in half. And the other side, the blue part has been broken off. So it basically means this half of the layer is useless. I'm pretty disappointed in King Helios. But let's just continue the battle with King Helios without the layer. King Helios vs Super Hyperion. Let it rip. Let's do a test launch first. As you can see, it's moving a bit faster without a layer. It could be better without a layer because it will get hit often. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. and a pretty big attack happens. HYPERION is circling around King Helios. King Helios is very unfazed against all these attacks. King Helios is still on the side of the stadium. As you can see, every second, Super HYPERION is trying to absorb Helios' speed. This is getting close. And by 1 second, Super HYPERION wins. Final thoughts. In my opinion, I think you should consider buying this because it does include one of the best launchers and probably the best driver. But on the other side, one of the base broke. So in my opinion, I think you should get it on discount. Bye y'all.